Welcome back, everybody, to another video here on the Washington Football Maniacs YouTube podcast. My name is Greg. I am your host, and of course, this channel is dedicated to news and commentary for the NFL and for the Washington Commanders. If you're down with that, please make sure that you have subscribed to the channel and also make sure you hit that notification bell so you won't miss any other video releases. Now, this video is not necessarily going to be about the Washington Commanders. But why am I reporting on this? Well, because there's been so much comparisons between fans back and forth and jawing back and forth about Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels and all this stuff that maybe this is maybe this is no pun intended to poke the bear. But there was I don't know why I'm getting into all of these rumors on X, and I felt like this might have been something kind of interesting to report. Now, I'll be honest with you, this particular account I take zero credence in whatsoever because most of their reporting is, for lack of better terms, it's crap. And so this is another crappy one that I thought you might, as Commanders fans and Bears fans, you might get a chuckle out of. It's all for good fun anyway, right? But this JPA football, I don't even know what JPA stands for. Maybe it's their initials, John Paul Adams, I don't know. Says that while Bears quarterback Caleb Williams was so concerned about being picked by Chicago that he and his family weighed circumventing the entire NFL draft. They even consulted with lawyers to figure out a way around the league's collective bargaining agreement while considering signing with United Football League. Details from a forthcoming book reveal, per an article from Seth Wilkerson. This is wild. Do I believe this? No, I don't believe this whatsoever. Because the thing is that every year there's going to be a team that is quarterback hungry, that, was a bad football team that's going to be picking first. And Chicago is one of those. And the thing is that, of course, these bad teams are going to pick a quarterback because picking your franchise quarterback goes a long ways to making your team good. It's just we as Washington fans have witnessed this, right? We go from winning like 3 games to, going to winning 12 games because we had a franchise quarterback. It wasn't all on him, but a lot of it was. And, the Bears, even though that their fate wasn't exactly the same, I honestly believe they do have a franchise quarterback in Caleb Williams, like him or not. And I don't know if this was true or not, but I would say that probably any quarterback doesn't necessarily, like if they had their choice of going to a team that's already well established, winning, and that they could just be plugged in and continue that, why would they want to go to a team that has to rebuild? Of course, any player is going to be like, oh man, this is going to be hard. And I'm certain that ever since that point where Eli Manning and the whole refusing to play for the Chargers and went to the Giants, there's always been that possibility of that, a quarterback who gets pick number 1 is going to try their best to manipulate enough to where they can be traded, whatever it is, to another team that they don't want to play for this team. There's always that chance now, ever since it happened years ago with the Eli Manning and the Phillip Rivers thing. But I think Williams probably now, after playing a year in Chicago, realizes, okay, things are going to get better for him. He's going to have a better coach there. He's he's going to. I mean, he has weapons. He's going to have a better career there. I think Chicago is going to be maybe not this year, but they're going to be a playoff team eventually. And I mean, I don't see how this would have made any sense for him to have went to the United Football League and play there instead of playing in the NFL. It makes completely no sense whatsoever. Why would he do that? Um, I mean, secondly, even on a rookie deal, he's probably going to make a lot more money in the NFL than the UFL. There's just absolutely absurd to think that he would have not played for Chicago at all and would rather just wait until the springtime and play in a brand new league that probably doesn't have the viewership. I haven't watched a single game at all. So, yeah, if this book does come out, if this Seth Wickersham has any credibility in this, maybe he does. I don't know. I don't know who half these people are, but let's just check him out. Okay, he's an ESPN senior writer. Oh, Seth. Okay, I know Seth now. All right, I don't know these guys until I see their faces. So he reports on this saying, or Chase Daniel says Caleb Williams not knowing how to watch film or what to watch is a complete disaster. Um, I I tell you, Chase Daniel, he's very down on a lot of these quarterbacks. Let me tell you exactly how you need to watch film as an NFL quarterback. It's exactly what Drew Brees taught me. Yeah, but how much? Um, okay, here it is. Um, Caleb Williams sought a way around going to the Chicago Bears. Let's just see. Okay, so quarterback Caleb Williams was so concerned about being picked by the Chicago Bears in 2024 that he and his family waived circumventing. Okay, we've heard about this. Chicago is a place quarterbacks go to die. Carl Williams, Caleb's father, told Seth Wickersham, author of American Kings, a biography of the quarterback in months before the 2024 draft. Caleb Williams wondered aloud to confidence, do I want to go there? I don't think I can do it. Or I don't think I can do it with Waldron, the former Bears offensive coordinator. Forthcoming book to be published in September offers a detailed account of what it means to be quarterback at various levels from high school to college to the NFL and what it's like for legends in retirement. It features unprecedented access with dozens of quarterbacks from generational greats such as John Elway, Johnny Unitas, Warren Moon, and members of the Manning family, Steve Young, among others. It also includes signal callers, current ones such as Kirk Cousins and Drake May. Additionally, there are new details inside the ruthless recruitment of Texas quarterback Arch Manning and the youth quarterback circuit. Goes on to say the book also offers inside look at Williams' state of mind. I don't want my son playing for the Bears, Williams told several agents in 24. The rookie cap is just unconstitutional. This is the worst piece of S I've ever read. It's the worst in sports history. After an up and down NFL or final season UFC, Caleb was unsure if he wanted to do as he prepared for the 2024 draft. He met with Kevin O'Connell from the Vikings to hit it off, and he wanted to play for the Vikings. But, of course, that didn't wind up happening. And Bears GM Ryan Poles stood firm, telling Williams, we're drafting you no matter what. And he just goes on. His dad goes on to say he's worried about me taking bullets. I don't care. I just don't agree with this. I'm more interested in making sure that he can do what he wants to do. There was also this whole thing about Caleb Williams wanting to have part ownership or minority ownership in whatever team they go to play for, which I think is against the rules. Um, Caleb was concerned that if they did try and the Bears refused to trade him, that it would make a tough decision worse. In the end, uh, Caleb told Wickersham, "I wasn't ready to nuke the city." After a pre-draft visit to the Bears, Williams believed he could be part of a process to turn the franchise around. "I can do this for the team. I'm going to the Bears." The Bears declined to comment. Um, so yeah, I mean, I still don't know if all of this was necessarily 100%. I think a lot of times, and this what really probably scared a lot of folks with Caleb Williams, and I think a lot of what turned people off with RG3 even back in the day was, the dads getting involved and wanting to kind of um, be in the process of where their sons go to play. In the end, he went to Chicago. He's in Chicago right now. Does he stay? Time will tell. Can he continue to be a quarterback that can be one of the best in the league? I mean, he played down the stretch. He played really well for the Bears. I mean, he played really well in that game against Washington. I know they got to him a lot early on, but he stuck with it and almost, I mean, practically had the game won, if not for a Hail Mary miracle. But um, I still think he can be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I don't necessarily, you know, the media kind of paints him as a diva, possibly. I don't know if he's that way. I know they were trying to do that with Shakur Sanders, and he may still turn out to be that way. I don't know yet, but I mean, if this is true, that they were trying to circumvent the draft and all this stuff. I mean, in the end, go to a team that you feel like that you can play for, but realize that you being a number one draft pick, you're going to go to a team that needs you. Although we did kind of debate, do the Chicago Bears need them, because we felt Justin Fields was playing okay. Didn't think they necessarily needed a quarterback. I thought that there's going to be some team jumping up to number one to pick Caleb Williams, or Jaden Daniels for that matter, and it never happened. So, you know, would he have went to Washington if something happened where another team had jumped ahead of Washington, picked Jaden Daniels, and then he was on the board? I'm sure that Washington probably would have picked Caleb Williams, but I, stuff like this really turns me off to certain players. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, even Eli Manning, yes, he won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants. Um, but he, I don't think he was ever the quarterback that his brother was. Um, I mean, he had some bad games. He had some good games. He had some bad games. I've never really felt that he was truly a guy that was considered to be one of the best. I would say this: I don't think he ever deserves to be in the Football Hall of Fame. He probably will get in because he's Manning, but um, you know, I didn't think he was always that great of a quarterback, even in those years where they went to the Super Bowl. Um, you know, I liken him closer to Mark Rippon, honestly. He reminded me of a lot of Mark Rippon. Never thought he was a great passer. He can make some long passes downfield. Um, but he always, I think he had a great, running game with him, with Tiki Barber and some others there that really helped him out as well. He had some tall receivers that he was able to throw to. And so, yeah, overall, I don't think that quarterbacks realize that. you're not always going to be drafted in the best situation. Sometimes, you strike gold, just like Jaden Daniels, I think, struck gold with things changing in Washington and having a really good coach who should have been coach of the year. Um, draft him and start him, and just the perfect storm for Jaden Daniels. It was going to be tougher for Chicago, at least. Once the rubber met the road, it was tougher for him because he really didn't have the coaching staff, but he had the players around him. I felt he had some people felt that he had a more of a complementary group of wide receivers than what Jaden Daniels did outside of Terry McLaurin. So, again, I don't know how much of this is true. I think this may be more. This is like dirty laundry, and I hate hearing that. I want to see these guys just prove it on the field. Enough with the talk. Who cares? In the end, if he's able to win Super Bowls with Chicago, why not do that? Let's focus on that. Hey, you're drafted by Chicago. Let's just go and play. Let's make a name of yourself in Chicago. Let's build that city up again. The NFL is better when teams like Washington and Chicago and Dallas and uh, Philadelphia and all of these teams are good. It really is, because these are teams that have been staples of the NFL for decades upon decades. So now I really feel like the NFL is better when these teams are good. And so this is just more stuff to really make people dislike Caleb Williams. And again, I know this wasn't necessarily a Washington Commanders video, but it's just something that I wanted to kind of comment on. Can't even believe that I've commented on this for over 17 minutes. Man, if you guys stuck with me this long, you deserve a gold medal. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, give it a share. With that said, I will see you in the